Gigantea Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Thursday and welcome to this week's video about hand fastings. We're going to be focusing on the ceremony aspect of it today. One of the most common forms of modern pagan weddings is that of a hand fasting ceremony. Scotland in particular has a long tradition of hand fasting in both the pagan and the Christian context. The key part of the ceremony is the joining of the hands, with the officiant tying them together with a woven cord of cloth. At my own hand fasting, I actually braided ribbons that were in our wedding colors, and then I attached charms at the end, and that's what was used to join our hands together. A legal ceremony, of course, will require an officiant who is recognized by the state in which you are going to be married. Fortunately, many pagans are getting ordained in order to be of service to their communities. Some people have chosen not to have legally binding ceremonies, for which there is historical precedent. However, if you are going to the time, the trouble, and the expense of a hand fasting, I would suggest making sure that it is going to be legal. Ceremonies, of course, vary. Plenty of people write their own from scratch, but generally you can expect a hand fasting to begin with assembling the wedding party, and the officiant welcomes everyone to the occasion, says a few words about the importance of marriage and the sacredness of the union. And then if the couple works with a specific pantheon, you can expect to see visual references to that deity's cultural background. For example, in a Norse pagan ceremony, you may see the couple exchange swords, or exchange a sword for a ring of keys. That's what my husband and I did. But then we come to the vows. There are traditional pagan vows, there are modern pagan vows, and there are plenty of do-it-yourself versions. You have nothing but options as far as this goes. Now, for a legal ceremony, it generally is required to be made clear that these vows are for the purpose of taking each other as spouses. But beyond that, you have all the creative freedom that you could possibly wish for. And if writing vows is not your thing, and let's be fair, not all of us want that kind of pressure. I did it, however, there was a cost to my sanity during the time, so definitely do not put yourself through that experience if you have reservations about it. But in view of the fact that not everyone is going to write their own, I wanted to provide 5 different examples of pagan vows that can be easily adapted to suit your circumstances and beliefs. So here's the first one. It's very pretty. It says, "You are blood of my blood and bone of my bone. I give you my body that we two might be one. I give you my spirit till our life shall be done. You cannot possess me, for I belong to myself, but while we both wish, I give you that which is mine to give. You cannot command me, for I am a free person, but I shall serve you in those ways you require, and the honeycomb will taste sweeter coming from my hand. I value the first cut of my meat, the first sip of my wine. From this day it shall be only your name I cry out in the night, and into your eyes that I smile each morning. I shall be a shield for your back as you are for mine, nor shall a grievous word be spoken about us, for our marriage is sacred between us, and no stranger shall hear my grievance. Above and beyond this, I will cherish and honor you through this life and into the next." That's a very popular one, and for good reason. I like it a lot. The second vow you might consider is this. "Beloved, I seek to know you, and ask of the gods and goddesses that I be given the wisdom to see you as you are and love you as a mystery. I will take joy in you. I delight in the love of you. You are to me the whispering of the trees, the seduction of the summer's heat. You are my friend, my lover. Grow old and wise with me, as I will do with you. A life before us of rainbows and sunsets, and a willingness to share in happiness and sadness. I love you and adore you." A bit shorter version that, but still very meaningful. And now we have a third possibility to think about. You would start with I, insert name, and the name of the spirit of the gods that resides within us all, by the life that courses within my blood and the love that resides within my heart, take thee, insert name, to my hand, my heart, and my spirit to be my chosen one, to desire thee and to be desired by thee, to possess thee and to be possessed by thee, without sin or shame, for naught can exist in the purity of my love for thee. I promise to love thee wholly and completely, without restraint, in sickness and health, in plenty and poverty, in life and beyond, where we shall meet, remember, and love again. I shall not seek to change thee in any way. I shall respect thee, thy beliefs, thy people, and thy ways as I respect myself." And obviously, if you don't want to have the old English these and thys and thous and so forth, obviously that's easily changed. But I think there is something that has real substance with these vows. There's a lot to be said for those. Now, fourth option. I promise to give you the best of myself and to ask of you no more than you can give. I promise to respect you as your own person and to realize that your interests, desires, and needs are no less important than my own. I promise to share with you my time and my attention and to bring joy, strength, and imagination to our relationship. I promise to keep myself open to you, to let you see through the window of my world into my innermost fears and feelings, secrets and dreams. I promise to grow old with you, and to be willing to face changes in order to keep our relationship alive and exciting. I promise to love you in good times and bad, with all that I have to give and all I feel inside in the only way I know how, completely and forever. Which... oh, these are very pretty, aren't they? I do like them. It's getting me a little bit lost in some of the vows I took during my own hand fasting. But okay, we're getting through these. The fifth option that I wanted to bring to your attention. This one is a bit shorter. It reads, by destiny we are aligned, our love eternal and true. We will face challenges together and find strength in our union by the sun, moon, and stars. Our love is blessed. May we always be as happy as we are today. Now, obviously, the virtue of that is that it's much shorter, and if you are looking to have a briefer ceremony, something of that kind would probably be a little bit more ideal for your circumstances. Now, after the vows, as with any other wedding ceremony, things start to wrap up. The officiant proclaims the happy couple married, and you have the kissy-wissy, and oftentimes the couple will then jump the broom. Now, this is far from being a relic of the era of slavery in the United States, because jumping the broom is an ancient pagan wedding custom, which originated in the British Isles, and it is even more ancient than the hand-fasting cord itself. So don't feel like you'd be stepping on toes if you chose to incorporate it. Now, if you do jump the broom, it symbolizes entering a new home together. The broom represents the threshold, and the couple jumping it are representing leaving their old lives behind and entering a new life together as one. It is suggested that if a pagan couple does choose to jump the broom, that they choose a new broom and, dress it up for the occasion. I personally use florals and ribbons in my wedding colors to make our broom pretty, and I still have it. But as a variation, you might also choose to jump the broom and the sword, the broom representing the threshold and the sword representing that which guards it. And as with all sharp objects, please exercise due caution. We did actually jump the broom and the sword at our own hand fasting, my husband and I made sure that the maid of honor and the maid of best man, they kept those both very, very low to the ground. That way we could just hop. No damage to be had from the sharp objects, and no tripping, which if you wear a ball gown like me to your hand fasting, tripping could definitely be an issue, so again, just be aware of these things and make your plans accordingly. So that's just kind of a rough and loose outline of what a hand fasting ceremony is like. Hopefully, if you are approaching your own wedding, this is something you might be able to incorporate into what you are doing and make it just a little bit more tailored to you and to your beliefs and make the day all that more special. So I think that is it for this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Which version of the vows was your personal favorite of the ones I brought up to you? Did you use different vows in your own hand fasting, and would you care to share them? Let me know. You could also come see us on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There's a link to join in the description box below, and if you're getting married or you want to share your war stories from your hand fasting, you have plenty of listening ears, and we would just be delighted to have a good old chat with you. But I think that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.